This right here is a single Mephisto Durance of Hate level 2 map. The three things that are really important to note here, this right here is your exit. This would be so much easier in paint. This one is your entrance tile. Now your entrance tile won't always look like this, and this is your waypoint. So this is Durance of Hate. This is your waypoint. This is your exit. This is your entrance. 99% of the time, you're going to be entering the game from your waypoint. This, being your waypoint, tells you the direction that you need to travel. This right here becomes the straight direction that you need to keep for the rest of the orientation of you traveling through the Durance. Whenever we say you want to head left from the waypoint, you need to find the back wall of your waypoint, put your character's back up against that wall, and then look straight. Going to the left means going to the left of your character's orientation. So if this is straight, then this is left. And if you look, and I were to draw a line, if I were to travel to here, and then all the way down to here, that would be me traveling in the left direction to get here. Now, your left direction could be here. Your left direction could be up here. Your left direction could be behind you and to the left this way. But when we're saying you want to travel to the left, you put your back up against the waypoint and you look out, and that now becomes straight. That means that this direction, down towards the bottom right of the map, becomes left. Well, Mac, what are you talking about bottom right of the map? This whole map lies on this axis. These are the cardinal directions of any map. If you look at this map, it is one big rectangle where this is the top corner, this is the bottom corner, this is the left corner, and this is the right corner. So this becomes the top right, this becomes the bottom right corner, this becomes the bottom left corner, and this becomes the top right corner. I want to head to the left of the orientation my character leaves the waypoint tile. This is my waypoint tile. This is my straight orientation. So on this map, straight is going towards the bottom left. If I travel in this direction, I'm traveling towards the bottom left. I then want to take a left, which means that I am traveling towards the bottom right corner to get to the far left corner of the map. Now, how do you read the map to figure out what directions can you go in? I'm going to draw a bunch of shapes, and these are the shapes of the Durance of Hell. This shape tile is an end tile. It will typically have something in the middle, either stairs or an altar or something. This is an end tile. It is either filled with stuff or empty. And it can be in any orientation. It can be in this orientation. It could be in this orientation. It could be in this orientation, all with garbage in it, right? This is your end tile and is going to show you either the exit, the entrance, or nothing. Now, how many of these tiles do we have? You'll see that our end tile is this tile. It has 3 walls, it's a rectangle, it's got some garbage in the middle. Our waypoint tile is also one of these tiles. This is a rectangle shape with some garbage in the middle, pointing in one of the directions. That is one of the types of tiles that exist in the Durance of Hate. Our starter tile is also a long rectangle that basically has 3 walls with some garbage in the middle. Now, these ones are like weirdly shaped. They are these little hourglass versions of it. They're going to look like this. Now, I know you have all seen the one where it's like this, and also it has like a wall right here and just nothing there. These are typically dead-end tiles. Your exit tile is never going to look like this, but your entrance tile might. So if you're coming up on an hourglass shape, you can completely ignore it. You're never going to have an exit there, but you might have your entrance, i.e. hours in our map. This shape, and let me just finish this off over on this one. This shape is a corner piece. You are always going to have one way to get in, one way to get out, and you're going to have this weird little middle area with some columns in it that does nothing. If you enter from this way and you see this in your corner, you can immediately cut around this. So if I was coming down this way on this map, if I was coming down this way, I know that I have a left option because it's bringing me down towards the bottom right, again, where our exit is, right here. How many of these are in this map? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just circle them really quickly, right? So if you look at all of these, what do you have? You have an entrance, your little, like, you know, secluded off part with a bunch of columns, and an immediate exit out this direction. This one right here is the exact same thing, but literally a mirror. You can see how these two tiles are actually just mirrors of each other, right? This one, you enter in here, it has this weird secluded area with these pillars, and it immediately leaves out this direction. This thing will always point at the direction that you can leave the tile from. If we go look at the other examples of this one, you entered in here. It has this weird little secluded area with pillars in the middle, and you can immediately leave out the bottom of it. The top one, you enter this way. You have this weird little secluded area with columns. You can leave this way. Okay, so that is tile number 3. That's basically makes up almost all of the tiles. You have hallways. Hallways are going to look like this. A hallway connects 4 different tiles and has a door to each of them. These ones will always let you leave in the direction that you entered it, in either direction. So if you were coming from this way, you will be able to leave continuing in that direction. If you came in this way, you'd be able to leave going in that direction. Where are our hallways? Well, we have a lot of hallways. So right here, we have a hallway. Why is it important to recognize when you have a hallway if you're able to leave or enter in whatever direction you is? There's not a lot to it. Well, that means if I'm trying to head towards the left and I hit a hallway, I know that I can continue heading towards the left. I don't need to go up. I don't need to go down. I don't need to take a right or a left. I can keep going in the direction that I entered and not have to stop going left. Remember, the name of the game for this is how left can I go before having to change my direction? Here's your hallway. Here's your hallway. Here's your hallway. Oh, well, I guess the other big one is the 4-way intersection. The 4-way intersection also connects 4 areas. It is very wide open. It will usually not allow you to pass through the middle. You can either pass through the middle easily and it'll be like little stairs down, little stairs up, or it will have like a big body of gross water in it. Right. So where are 4-way intersections? Here's a 4-way intersection. I can always leave in the same direction that I was traveling. So a 4-way intersection is good. Again, I don't need to run up yet. I don't need to run down yet because I know I can keep heading in the direction that I entered it from. So if I want to try to go to the left, I can keep going towards the left. It'll always have something like this, something like this. See how these are all literally the exact same tile. The moment that you see this many little columns with blockades in between them, you know you're coming onto a 4-way intersection and you'll be able to keep going in the direction that you want. One of the last things that's I think is really important before we break down why this is actually incredibly simple to learn is the other corner piece. This is a very common corner piece where these are stairs that go down and stairs that come up. So if I was trying to head towards the left, I could hug the inside of this wall rather than run down here and run up here. You don't need to do that at all. You can just go boop, boop. Now, where are these? You have one right here. So you'll see that I enter going this way, and the shape of the stairs is the direction that you will leave out of. So if I enter this way, I can leave this way. So if I was entering this way, I go, oh, this lets me keep going left because I can hug the inside of this corner. This is a good tile for me to travel through. So you would do that and see this has like little stairs or something in it. Let's go look at our other examples. You are entering your tile this way. This is your weird little stairs section. You can hug the inside of this corner. And if I was entering from this direction, I would go, oh, this is going to turn this way, which allows me to go towards the left. This is good. I will keep running in that direction. If you remember that there's basically corners, dead ends, hallways, and intersections, everything in the Durance of Hate breaks down into one of these categories. So one of the things I didn't draw is this little shape right here. Well, Mac, what is this weird tile? Not only is this a dead end, because it's going to be at the edge of the map, this is actually just a corner piece, because you can enter one direction and you can leave one direction, and you will have to cut a 90-degree angle to do that. So if you are walking into this tile, you don't need to go over here and see if it ends. You don't need to go over here to see if there's something after this wall, because this is actually just a corner piece. This thing actually just does this again. This is functionally the same little stair corner piece I just showed you. It also is a dead end tile, so it's like a dead end corner piece. What about some of the other things you didn't show us? This one right here is actually just a hallway, except it's a dead end hallway. What does that mean? This allows you to travel in the same distance or in the same direction that you entered it from. So if you entered it from this direction, you'll be able to keep traveling in this direction. And if you were traveling from this direction, you would be able to keep traveling in this direction. The reason why it's a dead end is because this one has a wall off section. So if I were coming in this direction, I would not be able to continue traveling in the same direction that I entered it from. But since it has a wall, this becomes a T intersection. Boop, 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 right? So I have this little wall, I have this little wall. I can leave this way, or I could take a left. I can't take a right because there's going to be a wall there, but I can keep heading in the direction that I want to. So this is a hallway, which is really just a three-way intersection. But the entirety of the Durance of Hate is on a massive grid. Everything is on a massive grid in this game. But this is like the New York of speedrunning maps. You know that you are either going to hit a corner or a straight piece, and everything else is just some version of one of those two things. So you need to go from up here. This one is just a one-way hallway. It has a whole bunch of cool stuff in it, but you can only ever leave in the direction that you are heading, and it will never connect to anything else. So even though this is a massive tile, I know there is only ever going to be an exit here. It will never connect to anything here. It will never connect to anything here. I can only go straight. And then what do I have? I have a hallway. I have a corner piece. I have an intersection. I have a corner piece. I have a hallway. 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 Even this one. This one right here. It has a whole bunch of crap in it. There's a lot going on. It's got this weird... Nope. This is just a hallway. Or enter from. It only lets you travel in the direction that you came to it from. You can only go in one direction. It's actually just a hallway. It looks like there's a bunch of stuff going on. But now that I know that this is a hallway, I never need to go into here. This is strictly inefficient. Why? Because this tile always has a way to go this way. It will always have this little doorway. You don't need to go do this, get hit by a bunch of Urdar, and then try to get out. You go straight through here. Big intersection, big intersection, big intersection. They all look massive, but they all let you travel in the direction you are already going. Is there anything else that I think is actually important? Ooh, this thing right here is literally the exact same thing right here. So let's zoom in on this. I wanted to be going towards the left. I enter here. I go, oh, look at all this crap. Oh, what if I have to do? Nope. I just come right here. It's the exact same tile piece. The entirety of the Durance of Hate is made up of like these 4 different tile pieces, and they're either corners, four-way intersections, hallways, or dead ends. If I'm trying to go to the left, I never need to explore this. This thing right here, hold on, let me draw that better. I never need to explore this. Why? Because This thing, this little shape right here, at the top of it, is always the indication that you're coming to a dead-end tile. So if you memorize all the dead-end tiles, you never need to go and explore in here and then come back out, because you know it's not to the left, and it's never going to connect on any of its other sides. This is basically the exact same tile as this. It can only let you leave out of one direction, so I never need to go in there. So all of that adds up to a few basic rules. When you leave the waypoint, determine what straight is, and then take whatever option lets you go to the left. If you get to the final, so we came down here, we basically came down this way, right? This is the way that we traveled through the Durance. The fact that I'm here and I'm so far away means I'm at the edge of the map. There could be an exit here. There could be an exit here. There could be an exit here. So what I want to do is I want to start traveling this direction to try to take another left. And if you'll see, I went straight, 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 found my final left. There wasn't one here, there wasn't one here, there wasn't one here. Boom. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the shape of the Durance. If you hit the edge of the map and you've gone as left as you can, start going what is down the side of that map and see if there are any other lefts available. Now, what about when I traveled every single left and didn't find anything? Remember that 3 rights make a left in Diablo 2. So your left could be going this way, then this way, then this way. So it might be behind your waypoint somewhere over here, but you had to go around to get to it. That's annoying. I'm sorry if that happens to you, but it follows all of the same logic. Every time you hit a corner, know that you are going to have to turn 90 degrees. Every time you hit a hallway or an intersection or a T intersection, know that you can keep traveling in a straight line. As long as you are traveling towards the left, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find it somewhere, probably around the edge of the map, because Durance of Hate in Hell is just massive. But that's it. Those are all of the secrets of how to get to Mephisto as fast as possible. Keep going to the left. When you hit something like this, try to hop over the wall with teleport. You might be able to skip a bunch of stuff rather than having to go around. If not, backtrack as little as possible and then continue traveling as if there's a magnet pulling you towards the left. Stick to this wall, you'll eventually get there. And have fun now more efficiently farming Mephisto. I hope that this helps. This is kind of in lines with the Endarial farming tips video, which I already have. If you haven't seen that, I'll link to that right now. There, hopefully. And you'll be able to use that as well. They're really, really simple concepts that once you get the hang of them and begin to recognize these shapes, you will be going at absolute light speed, I promise you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.